And I'm going to share my screen. So I use something called Uber Suggest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's going to give me, since it's tuned to Texas Pride Realty, it's going to give me Texas Pride Realty stuff here in a second. But I can come in here and do traffic estimation on other sites and crawl other sites. What's your site name?
Deanna Porto team.
Beyond?
No, THE Anna ANA Porto PORTO team.
Okay. Sorry, when you said the name, you looked away from the screen for a second. These new laptops have omnidirectional, unidirectional microphones, which means they only catch here. So if you do this, it goes away. Oh, honey. These are horrible numbers.
Yeah.
You have 11 keywords. You have 0 traffic, organic. You have a domain authority of 9 and 24 backlinks.
Okay.
So you have nothing but upwards possibility. Nothing but upwards possibility. Let's dig in here.
How can I fix that?
We're going to talk about that. Let me also get the participants screen up so that I don't miss anybody else trying to get in here. So, oh, I'm not going to teach you anything. You're in my market. No, I won't talk to you. Okay. So, and this is a Chime site?
Yes.
Let's get Jed in here. Jed's coming in. View page source. Okay, so let's go to description. Browse real estate properties for sale and Anna Porto's website. View the latest houses and listings. What area of the world is that? If you're Google, do you have any idea?
No.
The meta description is so generic. So let's say that you have to go show 123 Banana Street. You know, I want to see that house today. And you get there and all the street names are blank. And none of the houses have numbers.
Right.
How do you know which house to show?
Right.
Google has no idea what your site is about. You're not using the most basic thing to do. So meta description is incredibly important. Okay. And I don't know that they're going to give you meta keywords. Now, some people will tell you keywords. Okay, keywords are blank. Some people tell you keywords are not important, but Realtor and Zillow still have keywords. So as long as they still have keywords, I want keywords. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and my friends will tell me, oh, Bob, that Google doesn't pay attention. Well, if they don't pay attention, then why are the 2 best brands using them? Why are the 2 best brands using them?
Right.
So, hey, Lisa. Hey, Janice. Hi, Jed. So yeah, when you have Uber suggest numbers at this level, you have absolutely nothing but upwards possibility. You need to be doing, now Chime is not my favorite site.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go look at Chime. We want to buy. Okay, so watch this map render here. Okay, so it wants to use cookies, fine. So let's say I want to be in Carrollton, and I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Carrollton, right? So I have to, every time I pick something like 3-bedroom, 2-bath, let's say I also want a pool. Okay, every time I pick one of those 4 elements, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with pool, it's going to render this map back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If I'm a millennial, I'm going to be bored waiting for this to render and come back to me. Okay, now I can say I want to be, what's a good price point that you think I should buy? 600?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm on a budget. I'm going to say 400. Now, I still haven't been able to sell it 3 bedrooms and pool yet. It's going to render this back to me. And, well, it actually didn't even render anything. 3 bedrooms. Oh, there's nothing under. Okay, they're here, but they're not mapping. So the map is broken. There we go. Do you see this latency that happens on this site?
Yeah.
When you have a site that's so map dependent, it just builds this to and from the server routine.
Okay.
And I've got really fast internet, and this is not, unless I zoom, coming closer maybe, but it set me out. Now I can tell it 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Now I can finally get down to filtering for a pool. In other sites, you have the ability to say all the things you want and then hit enter once.
Okay.
Okay. But your biggest problem I can see right now is that there's no meta description. There's no meta keywords. Google won't really know what your site is about.
Okay. And that I will have to add it through the Chime
Yeah,
backend.
you can go into the back end to Chime.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're paying $4.50 a month for basically a site that nobody's going to see unless you buy Google ads, which I'm sure they will happily sell you at a markup.
Yeah. Well,
So
the
a
reason
lot.
Chime is through my broker. I'm
Okay.
with Real, so yeah, I get it like I pay very little for it.
Well, that's exactly what you should be paying for a site of this nature, because
Okay.
it's not bringing you anything. So let me be insulting for a moment. Sorry.
It's okay.
You're literally getting what you're paying for.
Okay.
It's not a site that will bring you business. Okay. What I'd suggest you do now, one thing that they do well, I'll give them credit. They do have what's called a query string URL. So up here in this URL, you have city equal Carrollton, number of bedrooms. It's all embedded in here. You could copy this, Control Alt copy, and go make a Google My Business product for it. You could go make a blog about all the homes in Carrollton with a pool under $400,000.
Gotcha.
You could do that. And you should do that because that's going to drive what's called off-page SEO. And that will get you link backs. Okay. Now, I like to blog off-site. There's a whole group of people who tell me I'm wrong and I should blog in my site. I like to put my blog on WordPress because I think people read books in a library, right? People go to the library to read books. People are going to go to WordPress to read blogs. They're not going to come to my site and expect to read a blog. I think I'm going to get more blog traffic with link backs on WordPress, but some people say get more traffic by putting it embedded in your site. Either way, whichever one, you should be blogging about all the different variations of homes with pools you can come up with and things like that in all the different cities. But it's going to just take you forever with this rendering crap that Chime does. It's really annoying.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm talking about as far as it's just the lag time?
Yes.
Let's say we want Louisville. And it's actually not horrible today, but there are days that I sit here with people on Chime and just count to 15 before it comes back. So, okay. But yeah, so you have very few link backs. You have a low domain. A domain authority is 1 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
Between 1 and 100. Do you know what domain authority is?
Not really. I mean, no.
So it means how credible is this site? So CNN probably has a domain authority of, like 95.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody important talks about you, let's say Beyonce is at the concert and says, hey, while you're in Dallas, Anna is your best agent. You should work with Anna. Or conversely, my aunt goes to the corner of Preston and Royal and says, Anna's a great agent. Which one of those is going to get more attention? Beyonce has a domain authority of 100. My aunt has a domain authority of nothing. You are at 9 out of 100. Now, most realtor websites don't get above 30 or 35. So don't cry too much. But if you can get onto a site, you get mentioned or get a link back or something on a site that has a 60 or 80 domain authority, well, that's Beyonce talking about you. Maybe that means more in the searchability. Oh, look at all these other great people talking about Anna's site. Let's raise Anna's site up a little bit.
Right.
She's hanging out with the people who talk well about things. So Yahoo News, CNN, Active Rain. Active Rain was a site from the 90s and I should say 2000s, and they still have the Google juice. So if you go create blogs on Active Rain and link back to yourself, you get good domain authority.
Yeah.
But even though this, go ahead.
Should we put that in both, like on our website, blog and Active Rain?
I don't tend to double up where the blogs are because sometimes I've heard that can depreciate. If they find the same content in 2 places,
yeah,
it can depreciate.
Mm.
I see this article's like Keeping Current Matters is a great site. It has great content. 17,000 agents use Keeping Current Matters. It's the exact same blog over and over again. Google's not going to rank you because you're using their data. I use their data. It's a blog I have, but I don't expect to rank those pages unless I take it, make it unique, and do something different with it. So when I put something, maybe if I just put it on my blog on WordPress, it wouldn't do it because it's only found twice. But nobody at Google will call me and tell me that I'm right or wrong about that. So I like having it unique, and then just link back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Janice,
thank
any questions?
you for taking a look at it, Bob.
Okay, Janice, did you have a question?
No, but what are we talking about today? I jumped in late. I'm sorry, because I do have.
Right now, we're looking at Anna's website. We were waiting to see who logged in.
Okay.
I just got. I was at the Real Geeks conference for one day,
Oh.
out of the 3, and I just couldn't bear to stay for the other 2 days. It was just so. And I won't bore you. How many people have Real Geeks here? Me and who else? Anybody? Okay, so the guy who runs it is a guy named Todd, and he has his own brokerage, and he's trying to be a miniature Tom Ferry. And it really pisses me off that Real Geeks doesn't run their own conference. They let one of my competitors run the conference, and I had to pay $600 to my competitor to go be in front of the Real Geeks developers and people. So, and he's trying to be a miniature Tom Ferry, and he's just not. He's just not. And I applaud somebody for trying, but I'm not paying $600 for you to sell me your coaching program, which literally I could have pulled off, Google. So bless his heart and release. But I did get to sit down and talk to the head of development. I got to sit down with the new CEO, who she is kick ass. I talked to the owner of the company. I talked to the head of marketing. And frankly, next year, if I try to go to this, somebody throat punch me, because really what I should do is just go sit in the lobby and sit at the bar, because you meet everybody at the bar.
Yeah.
And they're more than willing to talk to you outside of the showroom. So yeah, throat right here if I try to say go to this. But they've got a lot of new stuff coming out. They've got a new sign-in screen that's supposed to get about 30% more sign-ins. It doesn't say give us your information anymore. It says free access. And apparently people, when they say free access, they're like signing up faster than please give us your information so we can contact you. So I have 3 Real Geek sites working 3 different areas. I switched those over to the new sign-in page. That said, they also have a new AI site builder, which I'm not real thrilled about. The AI, if you have a website, I want you to go make lots of content. Use your website and pull everything out and put different links for everything. And they've got an AI that they say will go do some of that for you. And I don't know if everybody knows Mert. Mert is a person who's big in the Real Geeks world. He does a lot of sites for people, and he's very knowledgeable. He let them use his site as a test bed for 30 days or so. Google delisted his site. Google totally said, this is AI, this is not credible content, and his non-index pages went through the roof. Let me see if I can get the graph up for you here. And so it really kind of chapped him this week that Google is still pushing this. I'm sorry, Real Geeks is still saying, hey, come over and do this. And he's like, this, I've told you this doesn't work. And they're still out selling it. Let me see if I can drag this screen over to here. Can you see the new screen?
Yep.
That's they delisted or unindexed 46,000 pages on his site as soon as they went to the new AI model. He's since turned it back off, and I don't know if the site is re-indexing again, but I'm going to follow up with him and see. So if they come at you and say, hey, let us do this new AI site builder, double, triple think that. Because I would much rather build the site out traditionally and get slow growth than get delisted by Google. Who's got questions about things going on in their website, things I can maybe help with, or things we can all talk about?
So I've got a question.
Yeah.
I started off as a solo broker about almost 3 years ago, and I started with Real Geeks. I had them for about a year solid when I was by myself. I brought on another agent, and so I was looking for something a little bit more all-inclusive, the whole package thing. And so I ended up switching over to Brevity. I've been with them for about a year and a half now. I have never really fully engaged in their back end system. I'm really only keeping it because it's a pretty site. I know, I know.
I'm sorry. I should have hidden that. I should have hidden that.
Yes, I had an offer again from Real Geeks, of course, to come back and all that. So I ended up signing back with them. And I'm in the process of like building my site with them, but I have not made it go live yet. And I'm kind of sitting in this spot where I'm trying to get my Real Geek site built the way I want it, but I'm still working Brivity.
What's your URL?
It's going to be hometowndrtx.com.
Okay, so we've got share screen. So Brivity is made by the people who did Active Rain. But you know, I'm just gonna say I don't get paid by Real Geeks. I just love them.
Right.
Okay, so you have 39 organic keywords, 7 organic traffic, domain authority of 9, backlinks of 76. Okay. When did you switch from Real Geeks over?
It probably would have been 20.
I can bet you money it was in this time frame.
Okay.
You went from having a 60 organic traffic a month down to nothing. Real Geeks was getting you organic people coming. Imagine your website is an open house you don't have to staff.
Right.
You had 60 people coming through your open house at the apex, and you switched courses, and now you have, some months where you have 10 or 1 coming through your open house.
Okay.
And even if you hadn't moved into Real Geeks and made it pretty, it's doing better. I describe Real Geeks as the F-150 that gets the ranch running. It's not the Lamborghini that looks flashy. That's Asian image and luxury presence, but you can't put groceries in a Lamborghini.
Right.
Your kids can't eat popsicles in the back of the Lamborghini. You need the car that runs the farm.
Okay.
Horrible metaphor, but you get where I'm going, I hope.
No, I get it. Yeah.
So I bet you money if we did this. Let's see if that works. Look, there's your site.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to hack. Okay, so this is, who did they give this to?
So, oh God, give me 3 of the creators that help with sites.
RG Site Builder, Mert.
RG Site Builder.
Yeah. Send it back through Mert.
Okay.
Send it back through Mert. RG Site Builder tries to build a site that looks like luxury presence or agent image, and it bogs the site down. Tell them to put it back through Mert and let Mert build it out for you.
Okay. So I think when I signed back up with them, they were offering a promotion like for additional setup stuff, that doesn't come with the plain. Yeah. And then I actually had some credit still available from the last time I was with them that I never used to really. And so I have an additional, like, I don't know, like $750 for them to use upgrades and stuff like that.
Even if you had to pay something for it, you're building a site.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Imagine you're building a new home.
Mm-hmm.
And they come to you and they say, for $500, we'll put hardwood floors in the first floor. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I had a credit for $250. I'll stick with the linoleum. Get the hardwood floors because you're not going to be able to go back and put those in later.
Yeah, I don't mind paying for some additional stuff. That's fine, but they haven't used that yet. So this is still just the very base.
Tell them no to RG Site Builder.
Okay.
And RG Site Builder is they're not horrible people, but they weigh down this product is fast and responsive, and they weigh it down trying to make it look good and look pretty. We need it to look good to Google's eye, which is speed, which is the ability to do SEO, which is having as much properties out there as you can have.
Okay.
So let's go look at your advanced search. One thing I love to do is break open the advanced search for people, and I should have done that on your site. If we have time, I'll go back. So you have these counties that you can do, and you have all these cities that you can do. And then these regions can be crazy. So you're in a small MLS.
Yes. Yeah, those
Okay.
regions are actually neighborhoods.
Okay. So then you want to look at how you can break these out. You want to be able to come up with what I call a sidebar, where it breaks out, county, and then price points, and then homes with pools, and then homes on cul-de-sac lots, homes on corner lots, homes with mother-in-law plans, that sort of thing. And you can do that in Real Geeks pretty easily, just by using the URL structure. So let's say we want to be in Bracketville.
Mm-hmm.
Which county is going to have the most inventory?
Valverde.
Okay, let's play with some place that has good inventory here.
Do Del Rio.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you have 146 listings, but if you know how to work things, you can come up here and say pool equals true, and if it works, okay, we have 146 0. Okay, so pool equal true is not a valid field right now, but you can learn how to play this URL around so that you can get different things to show up. And a lot of times you'll find that in your advanced search, it'll tell you the things to do.
Okay.
Exterior features, maybe that's how we'll get to a pool. And every MLS is different. That's why we have to learn what the MLS gave to. Here's patio. How many of them have a patio there? Boom. So we can go up here and learn that patio equals whatever. Exterior features equal patio. Now we can go change that city name over and over and over again and get every city with patios as a link, every city with pools as a link, every city with whatever. And those become ways to separate your inventory out.
Okay.
I use the metaphor a lot of an apparel store. Let's say that the 5 of us go into business and we're going to run an apparel store. And in the front window, we're going to put up a pair of trousers and a nice blouse and a t-shirt and a scarf. And that's going to be our front window display, right? And then when people walk in the door, we're going to look at them and say, hey, what you're looking for, the color and size, they're in boxes in the back. Go find it. Because we give everybody a box on the front page of our website and say, good luck finding a house. We put a few of them in the window. Good luck finding the rest of them. Your size and your color are in the back. Go find it. No, we need to put every blouse, every shirt, every trousers on a rack so that people browse through and find them. And the way to do that is to start separating your inventory out in links so that they go, oh, maybe I do want one by a green space. Maybe I do want one by a park. Maybe I do want one near the rail line. Because they will browse other houses that way.
And those are actually those like links that we can put on the front that say like 4
Yes.
bedroom, 3 baths with pools, like 3 bedroom, 2 baths with pools. Okay.
Not that I'm the end all be all, but this is how I do it. And you can tell me I'm wrong or come up with your own way. But here's all the cities in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that I have. I can go to Louisville, and every one of the cities should have the same structure. Under 400, 400 to 6, 600 and over. Pools, new construction, homes on acreages, corner lots, cul-de-sacs, golf courses, green space. You get where I'm going here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. On my homepage, come back, format. There we go. On my homepage, I've got all my cities. I've got different property styles like lofts, craftsman, Victorian, historic, things like that. Specialty pages, luxury, unique properties. Unique is something built before 1960 when everything became so cookie cutter. Homes by parks, gas fireplaces. Since we don't have a reliable electric grid, we need to know who has a gas fireplace. Mother-in-law plan is one of our biggest searches. I've got more counties to add here, and if you go into the county, it should be broken out with the same sort of structure. And then these are all the high-rise buildings in the DFW area. I went and grabbed the keywords from the high-rise building websites to the point now that I get calls. Are you the HOA? Because we have a problem with our neighbor. And I'm like, no, I'm not the HOA. I just look like it on the web. And then there's 400 some odd zip codes. And I'm in there trying to come up with more ways to get more zip codes so that I can have, I guess there's nothing in that zip code. I can have people search by zip code and look at homes. There we go. And the zip code is broken up that way. So if you can figure out what your sidebar can look like, you can break your inventory up. And that's something this site does better than a lot of others that has to have, sorry, Lisa's coming in, that has to have, that map rendering back and forth or that IMAX movie play. When you have that sort of stuff, it just slows it all down.
Okay.
Agent image and luxury presence are the two worst ones for that, in my opinion. They have to have the big graphical prettiness, and it just slows your site down.
What?
Stephanie, is that you? Lisa? Hello. We got 2 new folks joining in. I'm going to mute you, Stephanie. Sorry. Okay. Any other questions on this? I think you're going to be more successful with this version than the one you had on Brevity.
Okay.
Especially considering that we can show you the drop off. I was talking to somebody and I forget who they had, but they had like this huge just cliff dive. And I could literally show you, exactly where somebody hurt you. And I was like,
Are you able to go back any further than that, or does it only go back to October 21?
This only goes back
Okay.
there. Uber Suggest is, I mean, I'm sure there's products that could go further back. Uber Suggest just gives you this snapshot. But, I could be wrong. Maybe that's not when you change, but something smacked you upside the head then. Somebody walked up to you and stole your beer.
Yeah, we'll see. So I was actually in between different websites trying to figure out, like I said, back end stuff. I was looking for an all-in-one, and it's not. So I'm having to break them up into.
Yeah, and I do have a couple of people who want that like, we're luxury, Bob. We have to have this pretty website. Okay, so you have a website over here that's pretty that you can send your people to see that you're pretty, but you need this one out there in the world that gets people that you don't already know.
Right.
So you've seen a sales funnel, right? The top of the funnel is attraction. Okay, you're literally out there waving your arms like the wacky waving arm flailing inflatable 2-man, trying to get people to look at us. That's your website. You need that website to draw people in. And what's the number one conveyor of people to your website? Search engines. So you need the website to look attractive to search engines. Then they will send them to you. And it needs to be long tail keyword searches. Homes in Plano, it's going to be hard to get. Homes in Plano on a cul-de-sac lot, almost nobody has a link for that. Anna, don't you dare go get that link. I know you're in Dallas. No, you're not doing that. So it's that sort of thing. You want to have that long tail keyword search. So you just want to be able to lay that out. And one of the things I'm doing is, as I'm building out people's sites, because I've got coaching clients and stuff like that, I help them. And I go out and I find what's on their sidebar. And some cities have, like your city doesn't have a lot available on the advanced search, so I have to really dig. There are some places I get like 50 or 60 links on that sidebar because they have their MLS provides more and it's just naturally available. And I'm like, damn, we're going to make content for you for days. Every city every time I put up one city, there's 60 additional link pages. So it just multiplies my work for them out. On my site, I think I get like 19 link pages per city. So I do one page, I get 20 links. And I stay at home on weekends and holidays, and I just sit here and code, and I love doing it. Who else has questions, thoughts? This is a workshop, not a lecture. Lisa, Stephanie, you just logged in. Janice? I can't see y'all's faces. Somebody? If not, I'm going to talk about some ChatGPT stuff if you want. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, so let's go into ChatGPT. Who's been using ChatGPT? Okay, who's been doing personas? Okay, so one thing you can do, hey, here comes Leslie. So one thing you can do is, Janice, give me you're in Western Michigan. What's the city that's near you? Janice, you muted. Just leave.
Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo, spelled with a K, right?
Yes.
Why did I ask for the person from Kalamazoo? Okay, so population, wow, okay, cool. So you're going to say here in ChatGPT, assume, hey, Leslie, the persona of a home buyer in Kalamazoo, Michigan, with a budget of, would 350,000 get me a good house in Kalamazoo?
Yeah, I would put 300.
300,000. Period. You are looking to move in December 2023, and you have 2 children of school age who need good schools and access to parks. Okay, so I gave it a bit of detail there, right? You can describe the persona that you want this ChatGPT to do. Now, it's going to come back and tell you who it is. Sometimes it'll tell you, hi, my name is Stephanie and I'm a buyer in Kalamazoo. Sometimes it does not. So it's going to come up here and say the things it's interested in: parks and recreation, safety, amenities, commute. Now, some people like to take ChatGPT and scrape the data, scrape the screen and just post it. I want you guys to start looking at these as writing prompts. These are videos you need to make. These are content pieces, because somebody moving in with 2 kids at school age, now we're not profiling people, but we want to have content that appeals to everyone. So go change that persona from time to time to be single person or whatever you want it to be, but start making content around schools, parks and recreation, safety, amenities, commute, things like that. So I'm going to say, since you're buying,
How long of a video do you think? Is this like the long
3
form?
to 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Or if you can get it in less than 1, that's fine. You can take like a hour-long video and put it through
Yeah, I know that AI thing, right?
Opus, and Opus will break it into
Opus.
like, yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, and I've been doing a lot of Opus.
Okay.
So since you're buying in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and you want to move before 2024, what would your first steps be? Now, you and I may logically know the steps that a buyer would take, but this is going to come back and tell you all the content points you should go make. Because because I know something, I don't necessarily know to go explain it, right?
Right.
If I'm teaching somebody to drive, I don't even think about turning the blinker on when I turn. I do turn my blinker on. I don't care what y'all think. I do use my signals. But when I'm teaching a new person to drive, I need to go through all the little steps. We're literally teaching a new person how to buy a house in Kalamazoo. So these are content points you need to come up with. Then I would say, what neighborhoods would you consider for your price point that would give you the access to schools and parks you're looking for? I'm literally interviewing this persona. Not because I don't know off the top of my head, but because it's going to remind me of some things that I may not remember, and I'll go make content for that.
Yep, those are all the hot neighborhoods.
It knows it should.
You know, it's really funny. I swear to God, you were talking to my buyer that just flew in from Seattle. They're looking at 300,000 and they have kids and blah, blah, blah. So 300,000, this is so funny. But anyways, in the process, so I had created all these videos about the parks in the area. And I had highlighted a few that they should go visit. So I sent them the, the YouTube links on those. So it was really helpful.
Okay. So in the buying process, what steps, what are the steps? I changed my sentence in the middle. What education? I changed my sentence structure. What education would you need to feel confident in the process? And it's going to come up and give you content ideas. Now, some of these may be the same across different cities and states, but you're going to make it specific for Michigan.
Right.
Who else wants to run one of these? Lisa, what's your market?
I'm in Del Rio, Texas.
Okay. Home seller in Del Rio, Texas, who has owned their home. Do you want to do long-term or short-term in this one?
Long term.
20, let's say 30 years, and is looking to downsize. Now I'm changing the persona. And sometimes if it gives it a name, it's not giving it names today. Sometimes if like the first persona in Kalamazoo was Stephanie and the second persona was, Michael, you could then talk to Stephanie and then talk to Michael. You can literally keep them talking to each other. Okay, so these are the steps that you would look at, or some of the touch points that you would want to make content about for people selling their house with equity in the Del Rio area. And I think most people just take this and scrape it and put it out there. I don't think people are looking at this as a content generation tool. Not that you're going to steal their content, but you're going to go make your own. And I think that's a lost opportunity. Because you can sit here and interview these personas, and it's whoever played Sims, online Sims, Leslie, okay. Sims was a game where you could create a person and you can have them go through the world, and you can have this person be, whatever, and you can go live the online life of that person for a few weeks. This is kind of like Sims. You can create personas of different buyers and sellers and renters and stuff like that, and find out things about them that you hadn't thought of, or find content pieces that you just I already know that, but the person doesn't know that. So I think this is a way of doing ChatGPT that others aren't thinking of.
Can I ask a question here?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Of course you can.
So something that I'm thinking about is my farm. So I have a list of all their names, and I was wondering about uploading a spreadsheet to ChatGPT and asking them what they all have in common. Would that be too broad?
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
That might be interesting, because you can upload a spreadsheet. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did that actually with my whole MLS, like with the sales in the last year. And I asked it to, because what I wanted to find out was if a home seller has their house on the market, like for 15 days, how much money are they losing? And so it took all the data from MLS, all the sales, and after all the prompts, it told me that the average seller is losing $2,900 every 15 days. So
wow.
That's really good stuff, because you can say, look, Mr. Seller, every day that you're on the market, every month, you're losing $6,000. So it makes it more important to price it right. So I was just thinking about.
Is that also calculating house payments and taxes and insurance, or just price they get for the house?
It was I just told it to pull the price.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you look at ancillary costs or expected costs as well, not only are they losing it off the price that they're getting, that they're also have the expense of owning that property.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah.
Another drill down.
Yeah.
With the data.
So Mr. Seller, I know you want to price high, but you're losing, what'd you say, $6,000 a month or whatever by being on the market too high. And you also have the expected costs that you're already incurring by owning this home.
Right.
So maybe you price it right. That's a great use of it right there, to use it for the uploading your spreadsheet. Explain to people, if you don't mind, how you did that so that they understand what you did.
All right, let me get over to ChatGPT. Hang on a second. I got to find the chat for it.
Hey, Lisa, I just saw you had a chat there. Which prompt did you want?
It was just your first persona prompt. Assume the persona of a buyer in with a budget of you're looking to move in December with 2 kids going to school, and then there was something after that night.
Okay, I'm gonna put it here in the chat.
Thanks.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm rubbish at seeing the chat. I get
Same.
talking and I don't even look down. So there it is.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for putting your camera on. I like talking to faces.
Yeah, I figured it was too dark, but I guess there's something there at least.
Well, I can still make out. Yeah. Okay, Janice, what you got for us?
All right, hang on. All right, can I share my screen?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so what I did is I took all the sales in the last 365 days. And I said, please acknowledge that the sheet contains data for almost all of the homes that I've sold in the MLS for Kalamazoo County area for the past year, or that have sold. And then it goes down, and then you have to tell it to analyze the original list price to sold price ratio.
Okay.
And remove any outliers, like, you know,
Okay.
number, listing agent, whatever. Then analyze the original list price. Okay, then it does it. Okay, it calculates what the original the sale price ratio is. You tell it, you know, you confirm the column names for it. And then ask it what the original list price, sales price ratio is, removing outliers. And then it's been a while, sorry. The lower the sale price to I'd like to analyze if the ratio gets lower over time. So these were all the prompts that I used. And then it started to show me days on market based on those price points. And it put that scatter graph together, which is crazy. So after that, I asked it to analyze the days on market to determine how long the home was on the market. And with the remaining data. Okay, so then I said, here I go. So look at it, break it down in 15 day increments. And then from there, so each 15-day segment, the sales to list price ratio drops by how much on average? And it was, I think it was like 0.10. Yeah, right here. And then all the homes that are remaining there, what's the average sold price? So here's the average sales price divided by 15. And that's where it came up with $195 a day.
Oh, wow.
And then you times it by 15 and then 30 or whatever. But on average, right here, on average, each passing 15-day period, the home remains on the market. The price goes down by $2,900.
Love this.
Is that crazy?
That's really good.
So this is why I want to use it for my farm, because I want to know what they have in common. You know, I wonder if it will come back with ages. I don't know. But then I can start targeting content around that.
Yes.
That's
And
great.
you're not just guessing.
Right.
Lisa, what was your question?
That is absolutely beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. Are you willing to share your GPT in the chat?
I can share.
Or share it in the Facebook group. Share it in the IDX Facebook group.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
I'll share the prompts with you so that you can just do the same thing and drill down.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be great.
Okay.
Because if you put it in the chat here, then I'm the only one who can go back and look at it, and I'll be forgetful, and y'all will be pounding me to do it. If you put it in the Facebook group,
so I'm
then
not
Bobby doesn't have responsibility.
I'm not taking credit for it. It's wasn't in my
Please feel free to.
My coaching group, and Meryl Jenks and Christy Jenks. I coach with Christy, but Meryl was the one that came up with this. So he created a short video, and I'm like, damn, so I went through and copied all
R&D that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
R&D that crap.
Yep. So there
This
you go.
and this is what I love about this group. It's more of a workshop. I don't have to lead everything. I want y'all to come up with stuff. Who else has got something cool and unique that you're doing either with your IDX or AI or what? Leslie.
May I share? Here we go.
No, you may not.
So, Bard.
Yeah.
I like Bard. I like Bard.
Over, what is it?
Chat.
Yeah.
All right. So I asked Google Bard, says acting as an out-of-state home buyer moving to Houston that wants to live near bike trails in the city and buy a home that's under 700,000. Suggest neighborhoods to buy a home. Watch this. Now it gives you it defines, tells you about the neighborhoods, but watch this. Watch this. Watch this. It maps it.
Mother.
It maps it.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I know.
Oh, that's cool.
I almost said a dirty word. That is
Yeah,
too
right?
freaking smart.
So you can ask it like you can say have it. You can ask it say top 10 neighborhoods in this city, and it will give you the map. Like you can. Oh my God.
Share your
Yeah.
screen again. Share your screen again. I want to see that map again. So to your question, I like Bard a little bit better. ChatGPT 3 is still limited on what it knows.
Mhm.
Like I asked ChatGPT, Bard, and I use one called Right Sonic I pay for. I asked all three of it about the death of Queen Elizabeth. Bard wrote me this very nice eulogy. Right Sonic wrote me this very nice thing. ChatGPT said she's not dead yet.
Because it
So,
only
yeah,
goes
that's
back
what.
to 2022.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
You can create it as a public link and everything.
Exactly. That's what I want to see. I want to see the shareability of that.
Oh
Which
my
one are you
gosh.
on, Bob?
I'm
Traffic
sorry.
right now.
Which chat GPT?
ChatGPT 3 is limited. ChatGPT 4, I think, is up to date. I use
That's
one
what I
called
was
Right
using.
Sonic.
That's what I was using for my prompts. And
Three
like
or four.
3 is 2021.
4.
Yeah.
So I asked it to. So it's sparse survey. I want to see what it looks like in an email. So it does not put the map in the email.
That I don't care. That's brilliant. Share. Go back up to the map page just a second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little way you can share that.
I wonder if you could do a route. Like, here's all the addresses, map, give me the smartest route.
You probably could.
Show me a map, and maybe ask it, show me a map of these cities. I'm sorry, of these neighborhoods. The prompt might be, show me a map of these neighborhoods with route data or trail data.
Yeah. You want me to give it that prompt?
Yeah, let's see what it does.
All right. Show me a map.
Show me a map of these neighborhoods with the trail system highlighted. I don't judge anybody else's spelling because I can't get it right either.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
So it doesn't. So it shows you.
Oh
It's
no.
not
You
showing you
got
where the trails are, but these green areas right here, those are all the trails. So all this right here is
I don't care. I'm still counting this as success.
yeah. All this
This is great. This is absolutely great.
But you could do this top neighborhoods. You say bet. You could do it by hey, school district, best neighborhoods in this. Like you could do all of those things.
Has anybody else played with the image creation? Like I've
No.
asked it for cityscapes. I've asked it for, put rainbows behind this to, change the color scale of that. And I've had pretty good, I'm using the Right Sonic version of that and gotten some pretty interesting artwork. But you might do something like use this map, use the image of this map with, a bicycle in it or whatever. With
Well,
somebody.
I'm thinking of like buyers who are relocating to the area. Give me all the highlights or the main, the most popular sites to see, and then put a map together.
Let's
Okay,
see.
so I'm still on the Kalamazoo thing on my side. I'm going to say, please, and I'm on ChatGPT. Please map the neighborhoods, these neighborhoods. for us to review.
Can you share, Bob?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's probably, I don't know if ChatGPT is going to map us. I cannot provide an actual map. Okay.
Well, that's not Michigan.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Del Rio.
Yeah,
My bad. I forgot who I was talking to. Too many personas.
don't worry. That's
But
okay.
yeah, this, I mean, my God. I love both of the things y'all brought today. Okay, final things and before we drop off. Lisa, you're brighter.
Turn on some lights,
We can
or
see.
like, you know, fancy lights, whatever.
Yay. Okay, guys. Helpful?
Very.
Okay. We're gonna do this. We've been doing it every other month. I may try to get it up to every month in 2024 and see what we can do. And yeah, I learned as much from this as I try to bring. So thank you for contributing.